Journal entry, 27th of the month of August, in the year of our Lord 1151. My father has taken me aside and explained that as the Crown Prince of Toulouse, it is my duty to protect those under my care. He asked me to speak my mind of Valence, whom I have known for as long as I can remember. I could tell it was a serious matter, so I replied that I think her to be an angel in disguise sent by the Lord, as she is more righteous and caring person than any of us. He asked if I thought less of her as she is not of noble birth, and I replied with a line I have read in my grandfather's book, that nobility is not given by birth, but arises from one's actions. My father smiled upon hearing my words, and said that I will make a good king. I am told that I am to be betrothed to Valence. I asked him for the meaning of betrothed, and he said it meant that it would be my duty to protect her from harm for the rest of my life. I am proud to be trusted thus by my father. Count Roger the Corrupt of Avlonaz has passed away, and since his oldest son died from the measles, and he has tortured his second son to death, the reign of the county has gone to his grandson, Gerard of Avlonaz, of the house d'Hauteville. And as such, my sister Faidida is the princess of fashion, who's become infirm at her old age, has been sidelined from the royal court, and all of her ambition has come to nothing. Whereas my court in Toulouse is looking good, and we are having rumors of a threat from the French in the north, mostly by my trusted Duke Ogier the Stout, my marshal. So there is potentially trouble in the future, but for now my house is united. And my children, despite their various misgivings, are doing well. My son, Prince Auric, has become just and brave, as he should be, and seems to have taken his betrothal well. News from Byzantium. My sister, Faidida, has died, and as such, even though she's one of the younger ones, she has been the first to leave this world behind. Apparently, she has not been taken well to the fact that she was no longer having any influence in court after the death of her husband, and as such has left everyone behind. Well, Jerusalem, by the looks of it, has made advances. Queen Elodie, who is currently traveling, by the looks, to the Holy Roman Empire, has expanded her realm to the east quite a bit, and is holding additional lands in the desert. And her daughter, Princess Peronella of Jerusalem, is currently in control, and seems to be the kingdom seems to be in good hands, surprisingly well managed. France, meanwhile, is still under the rule of King Benoit the Craven. The Kingdom of France has managed to consolidate a few of its holdings, but there are still specks that are not ruled independently. I can see where the threat assessment was coming from, as the House Bourgogne seems to be trying to reconsolidate its hold over the lands. And once they get control probably over England and the rest of France, they might become a threat to Toulouse as well. News from just across the border that a consumption has broken out in Rosselot. And I think with that, we are going to have to immediately become careful. We're going to get Oda to begin controlling any kind of plague, and instruct everyone to keep a very close eye to ensure that the infection does not spread. Meanwhile, we will manage as best as we can, but this has the potential to once again cause great disruption to our plans. As we have feared, the the consumption is spreading rapidly through our lands. So we will immediately protect the family and enter seclusion, which is of course going to reduce everybody's opinion. But the king, the king's court has to be protected, and we shall also isolate the capital and ensure that we are as far away from this plague as possible, because it is rapidly spreading like wildfire throughout the lands, and has the potential to cause great harm to me and my family. Meanwhile, I have another perk. I might actually just get the golden obligations. I don't know if I have any hooks that are worth paying off, but it's one way to find out. No, I'm not gonna ask Ogier for. I'm not gonna demand payments from Ogier. He has his own things to deal with, but I think currently the biggest issue is going to be this outbreak of this rapidly spreading plague that has going like wildfire across the lands. Blood-stained cloth, crow's feathers, strange-smelling concoctions. Yeah, when things don't go well, the people immediately look for a witch. This is the evidence presented to me by a group of villagers from Toulouse as proof that Brigida has been practicing witchcraft in her hut in the outskirts of the city. The villagers claim her evil works must be the cause of their poor harvest and calling for her execution. She is a mystic. She is a bit of a coward, but she is a handsome young woman. Definitely not necessarily a witch, however. I can see her unusual methods causing concern. And we could release her, which is going to make people upset. We will not be burning her. Or we could get her to join the court. I'm not sure. She is a reasonably decent diplomat. She is of House Rouvray, so she is actually a noblewoman. I think we could potentially use her in court. Currently, my chancellors count on Toine. But I think she would make a reasonably good diplomat to take off the role of chancellor if need be, and I think we'll get the upset peasants. Peasants in times of difficulty will always be upset, but yes, the flu the plague is rapidly spreading to new directions. So far, Toulouse seems to be safe, but has anybody in my court yet caught the illness? That is the big question. Probably filter that by not healthy, although for the children is not going to be showing up. Thwadomir is getting on in age. He's just old. Jean de Sablé is just old. We've got Jeva, who is getting on in age, but nobody seems to have taken on the sickness at this point. Since there's no successor to the accolade of the king's beast in the plains, and the primary problem is that nobody has the aggressive attacker trait or the 20 trait experience in horse and the relevant culture. So we have to seek a worthy successor. So we shall be sending out word that a knight present themselves to my court in the hopes of finding a successor. Meanwhile, we are observing the flu, which is rapidly spreading. Anything important? We're looking for that. We don't want to vassalize or declare wars. So no, we're just observing the flu and hoping that so far Toulouse itself has been spared, but of course my kingdom has not been, and that is bad news all around. Meanwhile, Judith d'Hauteville was captured during the siege of Avlonas. So it looks like Avlonas is under attack against an adventurer who has seen the weakness in House Hauteville and has taken my niece Judith captive. I can't pay the. It's too far away for me to interact, but I'm not sure if I can pay the ransom. No, I don't think so. So there's not an awful lot I can do about this. I cannot easily. I cannot pay the ransom requested. I can't even find out what the ransom is because she is too far away, and she is not a direct family. So as much as I would love to, it seems that her own family will have to take care of that. And there's little that I can do from over here, as we are secluded while waiting out this yet another plague in our lands. Okay, good news. My niece has left the prison, but the plague shows no sign of abating at this point, but instead is getting worse in the neighboring realms. So the decision to lock down Toulouse has been, while painful, the right one. As death marches once more through the streets of Toulouse, my physician has improved her skills and is doing what she can to treat the afflicted. Meanwhile, Guichard de Nice may be appointed and has been. I don't see how. He is callous and deceitful. He is an evil opportunist. While he has the experience, I am not entirely certain how that would make him a successor. Didn't it say? Oh, it's aggressive attacker or, and at least one of these. Okay. So he has to have the horse experience and the aggressive attacker, and has these. So we will get the new Guichard, the new knight of the House of Nice, to be the successor of this particular accolade. So we've got that sorted out. He's not a particularly good man, but he shall be. He knows his way around the horses, and maybe that may be enough. As if one plague wasn't enough, a second plague of boils has broken out, and the lands are ravaged, and it's now spreading, taking over the consumption that has been ravaging our lands here, and now we're getting the boils as well. So I think we are going to remain. In seclusion, and just checking if anyone at my court has caught any of the illnesses, but it doesn't seem to be the case. So far, my family has been spared, although Aldéric has grown ill. But hopefully, it looks like it was just a regular illness and not one of the plagues. So that would be a major concern otherwise. Princess Peronella is coming in with grave news. Somebody is plotting to murder my High Almoner. Has he made enemies? He didn't seem to be the type. He has not gotten along with Takulf, and has come to blows over political matters. So the House of Nassau has a long history with my family. But if he is planning to murder, then that will be the end of our relationship, because that is not something that we can tolerate. So we shall. What do we have? We can redouble the guards, or we can withdraw from view. I think everyone's going to be unhappy about the redoubled guards, but we'll redouble the guards and to counter this murder plot. We must find We must find who is behind this. And if it is indeed my steward, then things will have to matters will have to be taken into consideration and decisions will have to be made. Lately, I've been pondering the education of my daughter Navarre. Is diplomacy really the appropriate direction? Since being trained in scholarship myself, I have found that particular knowledge to serve me well. Surely it should do the same for her. Well, let's have a look then, shall we? Yeah, her learning is certainly better. However, she has become a bit of a villain. She's heartless and cold-blooded. There really is something about the women in this family. But it would be... I could personally tutor her and change her into the learning focus. However, it would bring probably too much... Well, it would bring a critical amount of stress in this current situation. So no, we'll leave her on the diplomacy, in the direction of diplomacy, and we shall see if she has a success in that in life. My spy master has come to me with a discovery. She is certain that Adalbert's scheming is behind the scheme. How he's the brother of Charles, my best friend. How has he become involved in this? Okay, hang on a minute. So we are scheming against Bernard Ezi, whose rival is Takulf von Nassau. And Takulf von Nassau is... he's the best friend of Takulf, that's why. So the two of them get along very well, and they're both a bit on the dishonorable side. So I have a suspicion that Takulf is behind this. Adalbert he may be my knight, but if he is plotting murder, then I have a fair reason, I think, to imprison him. Now that would the problems, obviously, he is Charles's brother. So what shall we do with him? I think we could. What we could do is let it know that he is a traitor, and then we shall exile him from the court rather than throw him in prison, just out of respect to his brother Charles and my best friend. So yeah, let the traitor be known to all, and with that, Adalbert shall be... I could ask him to take the vows, and yeah, I shall ask him to atone for his sins and join the clergy. So he shall become a monk and leave my court. So with that, we will see if he accepts that. Otherwise, we will measures will have to be taken. All right, I will answer the call to serve a higher power, and I thank you for setting me on this path of righteousness. There we go. And I think with that, he has been sent away. We are short a knight once more, but others will come in to fill that role. And the plot, however, is still ongoing. So I still have a suspicion that Takulf is behind this. And if he is, then yeah, he will no longer be welcome at the court of Toulouse either, because murder is not accepted. And while we have so far managed to keep the plagues out of the county of Toulouse, the Béziers has not been as lucky. And Countess Camilla of Béziers, the daughter of my niece and the daughter of Count Antoine, has been afflicted by the consumption. So we can only pray that her and her husband, Count Jacques of Béziers, will get through this. And even the little one has been afflicted. So if they all fall victim, then we might have to see what changes are required. for now, the plagues are ravaging the coastline as well as our eastern borders. More troubling news from Béziers. It seems that the Count, despite his worries about the family, and yes, their daughter has died of the consumption, and I think with that there is he really has other problems, but they are targeting. He is targeting me for independence. I think this problem will unfortunately resolve itself as the various plagues continue ravaging the lands here. News have arrived from my sister, Queen Elodie of Jerusalem. The vile Caliph Ghazi has called a jihad against the innocent people of Jerusalem. We must rally against the ruthless horde of fanatics under his command if we wish to survive. Oh dear. I think we will have to assist my sister in, and once again, I will not go myself, because while I have once fought for these lands, I shall not do so again. But we may have to send our troops, the Toulousian troops, to Jerusalem to assist my sister in her hour of need. And as such, we will pledge ourselves as a defender in the jihad, and we'll see that there's a lot of them coming in. So we will do what we can. Our armies shall be raised in Carcassonne and then make their way across the Middle Sea towards the Kingdom of Jerusalem. I am not sure I will personally see the end of this, because my health is already poor, and I will obviously not be commanding my own armies here. But we at least I can rest assured that I have done everything I can to support my sister in her, who is currently, I think, where is she? Oh no, she is in Jerusalem. I'm not sure why there's why her marshal is currently the regent, but we will. The armies of Jerusalem are already fighting, so we will muster our troops and see what can be done to defend my sister. Not long after the message had arrived and I had given command to send the troops, I had laid down and left this world. King Aldéric of Toulouse has found peace in Christ's embrace at 70 years of age. He died of old age. A zealous man, he fought for the glory of God against the heathens in one of the greatest holy wars of recent history. King Aldéric ascends to the throne. Merely 12 years old, he will need to rely on his regent, Count Antoine, during his first years of rule. And as the first army of Narbonne is gathering at the coast and getting ready to sail across the sea to defend on foreign shores, with the plague still ravaging the lands, my son has a lot of work cut out for him. Obviously, he will, as he is still 12 years old, he will not immediately become the ruler himself. But Count Antoine of Gévaudan, my brother, is taking the rule of the kingdom in his stead, and my other brother, Duke Ogier of Auvergne, is leading the troops to the Holy Lands. As such, the peaceful time in Toulouse is over, and new challenges await the new king.